Hey guys, how's it going today? It is a cloudy, rainy day here in Kansas City, and I had a totally different topic planned for you guys today, but I thought, you know what, I am going to sit down and kind of talk about a lot of lessons that happened in this picture today, and have a cup of tea and just have kind of a chat. So tell you what's going on. So I went and had to run an errand for a little bit, and if you've seen a couple of my other videos, or if you know me personally, you know I have a little dog, Bella, and you may have seen her on my Instagram post over the weekend. She's my little fur baby. I just love her to death. I've had her since she was a puppy, and she's now 13. And sometimes, just like anything else, she can be completely wonderful, and sometimes she can not be so much. And today she gave me kind of a frustrating moment. I came back from my errand. I'd only been gone for about an hour and a half, and I walked into my house and there's just this kind of weird familiar smell, and it wasn't like an accident smell. That's totally different. I just looking around, I was like, there's some sort of odd smell, and it's not something from the refrigerator or the kitchen or something that the dog did. I don't know what it is. It took me a while to put my finger on it. And so I'm going about putting my stuff down, getting everything together, and then I realize as I'm looking around that Bella has become curious about a bag of fertilizer that I had in the living room. Because one of the challenges that you have when you live in a small space is, where do you put everything? Where do you store your fertilizer? Where do you store your pots, your tools, your seeds, your plants? Where do you overwinter them? Where do you put your trellises and your buckets and your watering cans and all of those other things that go along with garden supplies? And I had filmed over the weekend the lilac video, and I had left out the Biotone long release fertilizer, and I had left it in the living room, kind of back in a neat little spot with some other things like the watering cans and a couple other pots that I was going to use this week for some other project, and didn't even think about it because it was in a sealed bag and I couldn't smell it. But evidently it had been needling at Bella for long enough over the course of the week that when she had her first opportunity to go and investigate without me looking at her, then she took advantage of that opportunity and broke into that bag to check it out and ripped it open. And clearly it wasn't at all interesting to her, because it looks like she left it alone once she got it open. But it gave me kind of a surprise. So there was a lot of lessons in that particular moment. The first of which, absolute first of which, was pick it up and put it out of the way where the dog can't get to it, because I didn't even think about it. She never really gets into things. It's not really her habit. She's at an age where she really just kind of wants to sleep all the time when I leave her. She finds a spot on the couch, and she when she gets ornery, she knocks the pillows off the couch when she's feeling a little feisty. But that's about what she does. She usually just kind of sits there and snores and makes herself a little nest and calls it good. But evidently today she decided that that bag of fertilizer looked like fun. So that was the first lesson, was make sure that that kind of stuff is put away from your pets. And the second lesson is, I was very, very grateful that is a fully organic product. There's a lot of conversations in the gardening community, if you have been around at all, about using organic products, using organic potting soil, using organic fertilizers, and where do you draw the line? And if you're a new gardener, please don't feel like you have to make that decision right away. If it's not in your budget, then pick whatever makes the most sense for you. Sometimes those products can get very expensive very, very quickly, and you need to make the decision as to what makes the most sense for you and your budget. But organic is the best way to go in most every single situation, to where you can. Sometimes you just can't do it, and I understand, but if you can, I think that it's the best way to go. So in this particular case, I'm very, very thankful that, you know, it was an organic product, and so that way she couldn't really have or ingest anything that was going to hurt her. Not that I have things like that around that would hurt her, but, you know, it was just an immediate reminder about, you know, various items that you have in your house that are accessible. And thank goodness it wasn't a plant either that she decided to get nosy about that would have been something that she wanted to munch on that could hurt her either. But it was just kind of a like, okay, I see how this is gonna go today. This is gonna be one of those days. And the other thing that I thought of, you know, as I was sitting there cleaning it up and I was just kind of sweeping it up, that sometimes we don't think about living in a small space and we're trying to figure out what we would do with all of our garden supplies, is the rug that I have in my living room is actually an indoor-outdoor rug, and it has been one of the best investments that I have made. I found this rug, and it's big and beautiful, and I got it on clearance at the outdoor clearance sale at Target. I love Target. You're gonna find very quickly that there are a few places that I just really shop all the time, and this was one of them. And running in and outside with pots and water cans and everything, it's just been a great purchase. And you can't tell it's indoor outdoor. Can't tell, but today it was really nice to just kind of sweep it up with vacuum cleaner, make sure everything was taken care of. But I guess this was my lesson learned today. I don't know what else to say about it. I don't know. I'm a little bit disappointed in my dog that she decided to go and rip into something that she shouldn't have. But at the same time, I can't really blame her because it's my fault that I left it out. So I'm definitely going to go through and make sure that everything else that is garden related is packed up and in the garden totes, the clear garden totes, where they're supposed to be, so that way she's not able to get into them. So I hope that that's helpful today. I hope that's not completely makes me look like a totally bad pet parent, because it's just one of those one-offs that happen. But I want to be real with you guys, you know, and sometimes things happen, and thankfully, you know, mine was just a kind of an oops, and she realized once she got the bag open that was just not interesting at all. So yeah, what lessons have you guys had? Have you guys had any of these lessons come up with your pets in your household, or anybody else in your household getting curious about your garden stuff and mistaking it for something else? I don't know. Am I the only one? Drop me a comment and let me know what you think. And be on the lookout. We've got some new things coming up this week. We'll have more videos this week. So I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll catch you later. Bye.